Hi, I'm Chris McBrien.
And I'm Derek Myers.
Here at Pop Goes Your World, we've received a lot of great feedback on how much people enjoy the trivia segments that we do at the end of every episode.
So we've decided to go back and put together compilations of the Fun with Yancy and Fun with Caveman segments we've done over the years as a set of bonus episodes.
We hope you enjoy the fun. Episode 116, Yancy Returns, the Florida episode.
Fun with Caveman.
Okay, so I got some questions for you guys. They're Florida related, obviously. Okay, so Porky's was mentioned earlier by Derek, and it's a 1981 Canadian movie that takes place in Florida. Really, it's not really even a Canadian film. They just used Canada as like a tax haven for it. That's all it was. They put a couple of Canadian actors in it. I want to say like Kim Cattrall and Derek McGrath were in it, but it's really an American film. They just used Canada as a tax haven. But anyway, regardless. So as Derek mentioned, it kind of follows these, raunchy hijinks of these high school friends that are like Tommy and Billy and Meat and Pee Wee. And they try to go to this local strip club, Porky's, right, in the movie. But in one scene, the guys go to meet a prostitute in order to lose their virginity. What is the name of the prostitute?
Caveman, you are on your own.
Yeah, I'm like, I have no idea. Key lime pie.
That's a great guess. And let me tell you, if you were a high school student that you wanted to go and find a prostitute, definitely I think the one I'd look for would be key lime pie. No, it was close. It was Cherry Forever. Do you remember that? It was Susan Clark.
I don't. I remember the scene, but I don't remember the name. That's the one. And then
the actress was Susan Clark.
Big guy with an axe comes out.
Yes,
or something.
Yes, and chases them.
I remember
all
the
way.
scene. I couldn't remember the names. So
Bob Clark was the director, but his wife Susan Clark she's the one that played the mom in Webster. So she was Cherry Forever.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, okay, Yancy will be able to answer this one, I think. Yancy, what is Florida's largest natural wonder?
Largest natural wonder?
Yes.
Man, I can make so many jokes right now, but I'm just gonna. Largest natural wonder.
Yes, it's not Shaquille O'Neal.
Largest natural wonder. Give me 2 seconds. Hold on. I'm not Googling it, I swear.
Yeah.
What is really big in Florida? We don't even have like mountains or anything.
Derek, any guesses?
I'm gonna say Lake O.
Sorry, what did you say it was, Yancy?
Lake Okeechobee.
Oh,
but
okay.
I don't think that's it.
And Derek, any guesses?
no, when I was doing my homework earlier, I read something about the Xanth books. They were saying, this is based on this and this is based on that. But for the life of me, I can't remember the details. So I'm gonna have to pass on.
Yeah, Yancy, it's not even that far from you, young man. It's almost in your backyard. It's the Everglades. Okay,
Everglades?
The Everglades,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Okay. Now,
Not what I was thinking of.
Okay. Now, this reality show has featured challenges that were located in the Florida Everglades. Can you name the reality show?
I can hazard a pretty good guess. Yancy, you want to take this one?
Survivor?
Yes, Survivor Everglades was just such a hit in season 14. I remember that one.
Survivor South Florida.
Yeah, that's the one where Richard was naked all the time, wasn't it? Derek.
Fly as an airboat, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Chris.
Do you have any guesses?
Oh, that wasn't the right answer?
No, it's not Survivor.
Oh, my guess would have been The Amazing Race.
Yes, you are correct. Congratulations. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit south. It's still part of the state, and you mentioned key lime pie earlier, but what famous author famously had a home in Key West?
I know.
Yes. Yancy?
Hemingway.
Oh my goodness. I love the fact Derek's like, I know. It's like the Canadians know the answers for Florida. Okay, this one's a good one. This is this oldest commercial tourist attraction in Florida. Was designated a national natural landmark in 1971. It's also the location of the most filming shoots in Florida history, including Sea Hunt, Tarzan, and The Creature from the Black Lagoon. Can you name the location?
Disney World. The OG Disney.
No, it's not that.
Man, that is really tough. I remember going on a field trip to like the fort in St. Augustine. It's like the oldest continuously occupied fort in like all of America, but I don't think that's it.
It's Silver Springs. Silver Springs.
My parents have been there.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so this one's going back a little ways. I don't know, but it's Florida, so maybe you know, maybe you don't. I don't know. Derek might know this one. A political satire comic strip was created by Walt Kelly and took place in the Okefenokee Swamp. It was syndicated in national newspapers from 1958 to 1975. Yancy, do you know the name of this political satire comic strip?
I cannot remember the name, but my grandfather and my grandmother, who recently passed away, had strips of this that they had laminated and kept on their fridge.
Yep.
I can literally see it in my head, and I cannot remember the name. It's something like Pogo Stick or something. Like.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to give it to you because it's Pogo. It's Pogo. Congratulations.
Okay,
Very good. All right. Building on something that, this is the last one now I got for you. Building on something Derek had mentioned earlier. How many NHL teams does Florida have? Yancy only. The Canadian is not allowed to answer any hockey-related questions. No way, Caveman.
I believe they have the Florida Panthers, and they have the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Very good. Very good. I was going to ask you, the Tampa Bay Lightning, obviously you knew. Wasn't sure if you knew the Florida Panthers. Because, that's the thing is, too, like, if there's one thing that downtown Miami is known for, it's the prolific panther population, I'm sure. So. Episode 117, Leon the Professional, movie review.
Fun with Caveman.
Okay, so Leon the Professional. Obviously, Leon's name is in the title, and lots of movies have someone's first name in the title. So let's have some fun and see how many movies that you can name that have someone's name in the title, okay? I'll tell you what, I'll give you the year and the synopsis, and you name the movie, okay? Just keep in mind, every title has a person's name in the title, right? Easy, right? You're going to nail them, right?
For sure.
Okay, so we're going to start with some easy ones. 2003. Synopsis. After his son is captured in the Great Barrier Reef and taken to Sydney, a timid clownfish sets out on a journey to bring him home.
Finding Nemo.
Very good. Very good. Good job. Okay, sticking with 2003. After awakening from a 4-year coma, a former assassin wreaks vengeance on the team of assassins who betrayed her.
Is it Kill Bill?
Yes, I'll give it to you. It's Kill Bill Volume 1. Yes, correct.
Sure.
Okay, 1989, we're going back to. An artificial man who was incompletely constructed leads a solitary life. Then one day, a suburban lady meets him and introduces him to her world.
Wow. Oh, is it Edward Scissorhands?
It is Edward Scissorhands.
My mind, I was thinking Terminator. And I'm like, no, that's not that's not the kind of robot we're thinking of.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Someone's name is in the title. Just remember that.
Yeah.
1996. Okay. This is an easy one. When a sports agent has a moral epiphany and is fired for expressing it, he decides to put his new philosophy to the test as an independent agent with the only athlete who stays with him and his former secretary.
Show me the money!
Yes! Very good. Yes, it is Jerry Maguire. Okay, going back to 1979. In a self-destructing world, a vengeful Australian policeman sets out to stop a violent motorcycle gang.
Mad Max.
Yes, very good.
Original Mad Max.
I knew you'd do well on these. Yeah. Okay, 1979 as well. Born on the original Christmas in the stable next door to Jesus, Brian of Nazareth spends his life being mistaken for a Messiah.
I'm not sure if I got the title correct, but it was the Monty Python movie, The Life of Brian.
That is correct.
What was the full title? Is it Monty Python's Flying Circus Presents The Life of Brian, or is it just Life of Brian?
It's Monty Python's Life of Brian.
Oh, I got it right the first time. Nice.
Okay, 1997, another easy one. A janitor at MIT has a gift for mathematics, but needs help from a psychologist to find direction in his life.
Yeah, this one stars my boyfriend, Good Will Hunting.
Yes, it does. And of course, it's Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Okay, 1996. The story of a controversial pornographer and how he became a defender of free speech.
Yeah, I love this movie. I'm actually going to get you to watch this movie not too long from now. It's The People versus Larry Flint.
It is. Okay, we're going back to 1976, my friend. A shy, friendless teenage girl who is sheltered by her domineering religious mother, unleashes her telekinetic powers after being humiliated by her classmates at her senior prom.
Wow. What was the year?
1976.
It sounds like it'd be in my wheelhouse. I don't know. That doesn't sound familiar at all.
Oh, it's Carrie. Carrie. I thought the description would just give it away.
Never
for
seen
you.
it.
Oh, God, it's so good.
That's based on a Stephen King book, right?
It sure is. Okay.
Yeah, not a big fan of Stephen King.
Sticking around that time, 1977, neurotic New York comedian Alvy Singer falls in love with a ditzy but charming woman.
Wow. Alvy Singer.
Oh, you know it or you don't. Alvy Singer.
I have no idea.
It's Annie Hall.
Oh, geez. That one I have seen, but it's been a long time.
It's so good. I love the movie. Okay. 1968. A young couple moves into an apartment only to be surrounded by peculiar neighbors and occurrences. When the wife becomes mysteriously pregnant, paranoia over the safety of her unborn child begins to control her life.
I wanted to say Sophie's Choice, but I know that's not right. Is it Rosemary's Baby?
It is Rosemary's Baby. Congratulations.
Never seen it, but I knew the plot.
And the last one is from 1974. We're going way back. Okay.
Sierra was born, man.
Good. You'll get it for sure. A recently widowed woman is on the road with her precocious young son, determined to make her new life for herself as a singer.
Okay, I don't know, but I'm going to hazard a guess, and I don't know why this is the guess I'm going to hazard. It could be way out of left field, or it could be right. Is it Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore?
It is. Congratulations. Very good.
I don't know where that came from. I was just
very good. Have you ever seen it? Martin Scorsese.
Never seen it.
Oh man, Ellen Burstyn. And actually, they made that into a TV series. Alice.
Yeah, the sitcom. I love the sitcom.
The sitcom was great. I loved the sitcom too. And the funny thing was, Vic Tayback, who plays Mel in Belle's Diner, was actually in that movie. Vic Tayback was the only actor that was in the movie that was also in the TV show. So, very good. He did a really good job on that, man.
Yeah, really only a couple I didn't get. Some of the older ones.
Yeah, he just missed Carrie and Annie Hall. That was it. Episode 118, Trading Places Movie Review.
Fun with Caveman.
All right, Derek, since I nominated the film, it's over to you. So I think I should probably open up a beer and enjoy myself here and sit back and relax. So that's what I will do. I don't know if that's
going to help you or hurt you here this time, bud.
I'll do my best. What have you got for me this week?
Okay, so I decided to, as we often do with our trivia segment here, I decided to try and change it up just a little bit.
Okay.
I've learned over the years that asking you trivia about the movie that you love and that you nominate is sort of a futile effort. You're going to know all the trivia points. In fact, a lot of the trivia points that I might have asked you, you brought up during the course of our discussion.
Yes,
as
you still
often
say that,
used to with Yancy.
Yeah.
So we always try and skew the trivia just a little to the left or the little to the right, just to keep it off center and keep it interesting. But I will say you did answer some of the questions I have in this trivia during the course of our dialogue. So this section might be a little easier for you than I would. Yes. I didn't think it would be overly difficult, but I think you might find it even a little bit easier because I think we've already touched on some of the answers. So
yes, I like that.
Trading Places came out. Remind me again, what year did this movie come out?
1983, my friend.
Okay, 1983 was a pretty good year for movies. And I know you're a big 80s guy, a big 80s movies guy.
I am.
And so I thought, you know what? Let's take a look at movies from 1983.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Just 1983. And there were a lot of great movies. There were a lot of crappy movies, but there were a lot of great movies in 83.
Yeah, I think there probably was.
Pretty good movies. A lot of movies that have stood the test of time. A lot of movies people go, oh, I've seen that. Or you say, hey, would you be interested in what? Yeah, for sure. No problem. So I've got a list of 40 or 50 movies here from 1983.
Oh, God. Okay.
I have very brief one-sentence descriptions of these movies. I'm going to give you 60 seconds, and I'm going to need you to be the timekeeper on this one. Actually, no, I'll be the timekeeper.
You be the timekeeper. Okay.
Yep. Our, mobile phones, the wonder of the world here. I've got a timer right in my pocket. So let me get a timer going here. We're all ready for that. I'm going to give you 60 seconds. I'm going to read you the one-sentence description of a movie.
Okay.
If you know it, shout it out. If you don't know it, just say pass, and I'll go on to the next one.
Deal.
We will not come back to anything you missed, simply because I have way more movies on my list than we would ever need to go back to.
Okay.
And
we'll see how many I get in 60 seconds. Is that the idea?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any guesses? How many? Keep in mind, it's going to take me a few seconds to read each question, but how many? Just before we get started, if we were betting on this, what would you put the over and under at? What do you think is sort of that middle ground for where you're going to land?
10.
10. Okay, so let's say I'm going to set the line at 10.5.
Okay.
If we were betting, would you go over 10.5 or under 10.5 to get that many
This is
correct?
going to be hard, and you got to read. I'll go under 10.
Okay, so Chris is putting his money on under 10. I think that's probably a pretty accurate line. I'm going to take the over just to be on the other side of that. And in your favor, there are a couple of descriptions that I have deliberately tried to make more challenging, because to give you the real description from the IMDb, it would be so obvious.
Right.
But for the most part, I tried to keep them pretty much in line with what, like, my objective here is not to stump you. I want you to get as many as you can, but I will tell you there are a few quote unquote trick questions in here, which we will come back to afterwards.
Okay.
If you don't get. So I'm just going to read it. You yell out the answer. I'll say correct or not. We'll move on. Just say pass if you don't know, and I'll go on to the next one. And these are in no particular order. I'll tell you, you know how I did? I put the list of 50 movies together. I went into Excel. I created a random number generator, and I said resort the movies. So
all right,
there's no rhyme or reason as to the order of these. Don't let that factor into it. So are you ready?
Okay.
60 seconds on the clock. Go. A test pilot flies an experimental police helicopter.
Blue Thunder.
Correct. A boy buys a strange car with an evil mind of its own.
Christine.
Correct. A timid college professor poses as a flamboyant pimp.
I don't know.
Pass. A Pittsburgh woman working 2 jobs as a welder and an exotic dancer wants to go to ballet school.
Flashdance.
Correct. A 35-foot shark becomes trapped in a SeaWorld theme park.
Jaws 3D.
Correct. A young man's terrorist friends destroy a government installation while he focuses on reconciliation with his father.
Pass.
A Chicago teenager opens a brothel in his suburban home.
Risky Business.
Correct. A determined Cuban immigrant takes over a drug cartel and succumbs to greed.
Scarface.
Correct. 2 stoners pose as Dolly Parton and Burt Reynolds when they visit Amsterdam.
Pass.
Canada's most famous hosers get a job at a local brewery.
Strange Brew.
Correct. Richard Pryor creates a synthetic material that turns the greatest hero in the world evil.
Superman 3.
Correct. 7 former college friends gather
The Big
for
Chill.
a weekend
The Big Chill.
reunion. Correct. And we're overtime. Sorry, I wasn't watching the times.
So how many did I get?
Big Chill. So in a minute and 10 seconds, let's see. Okay, I'll read down the list. I think you got most of them. Blue Thunder, you got. Christine, you got. This one I'm surprised you didn't get because we talked about it. A timid college professor becomes a flamboyant pimp is Dr. Detroit.
Oh, Jesus. Yes, right.
Flashdance, you got. Jaws, you got. Okay, this was a trick question, which is why I made sure it was in there early. A young man's terrorist friends destroy a government installation while he focuses on reconciliation with his estranged father.
Don't know.
It was the top grossing movie of the year.
Return of the Jedi?
A young man's terrorist friends destroy a government installation while he focuses on reconciliation with his estranged father.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yep. I knew that one would stump you.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it did.
Risky Business. Did you get Risky Business?
Yes, I got that one. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Scarface, you got. Cheech and Chong still smoking. 2 stoners poses Dolly Parton and Burt Reynolds.
Smoking came out.
Strange Brew, you got. Superman 3, you got. The Big Chill, you got. So let me see how many is that here. That's we did go a little over the clock on that one, but there was 12. I think you missed 2, so you got 10 right on the line.
Hey, so I got it. So I got the under.
The line, Chris.
Oh
Nice.
man, right on. I tell you, oh my gosh, that was really hard, man. Especially when the clock's ticking like that. Oh man, the pressure is on. Episode 119, our favorite songs of all time.
Fun with Caveman.
All right, my man. Here's what we're gonna do. I know music. You mentioned earlier, music's not really like your, right in your wheelhouse. You're more of a movie, TV guy. So am I. And I mean, Yancy was always kind of the music guru around here. But here's what I want.
Whoa. I know a little bit about
Oh, you do. You definitely know more than
I'm
me.
not Chris level ignorant,
No,
but
exactly. You're not me. Just imagine a world with no music. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to see how much you know about some really, really sort of popular songs. I'm going to keep it pretty popular, so it shouldn't be too hard for you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the first line or two
oh my god,
of a song, and just with the lyrics, and just see if you can name the song. Some of them super easy. I think other ones it's harder when you hear, like when I was writing out the lyrics and I'm looking at them and I'm like, if I don't sing it, it's a lot harder. Like if you sing it, well, immediately you know the song. But if you just speak it, it's a little more difficult. But that being said, I think some of them are easy. So anyway, here we go. I'm going to give you the first line or two of a song. See if you can name the song, okay?
Okay.
All right, start with some easy ones here. Big wheels keep on turning, carry me home to see my kin.
I have no idea.
You don't know that?
No.
I started with the easy. Sweet Home Alabama. Sweet Home Alabama. Okay.
Sure.
All right, picture yourself.
I know the song. I don't
right.
get catch later.
Well, Caveman, picture yourself in a boat on a river with tangerine trees and marmalade skies.
Oh, well, that's the Beatles for sure. That's is that Lucy in the Sky with
It
Twins?
is.
There we
Yes. Very good. All right. It's 9:00 on a Saturday. The regular crowd shuffles in.
Is that it's by Billy Joel? It's is that the Piano Man?
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Billy Joel, but I do know his music.
Yeah, you know his music. All right, again, here's another easy one. She's got a smile. It seems to me reminds me of childhood memories.
Oh, it doesn't sound. Sorry, could you repeat it for me?
She's got a smile. It seems to me reminds me of childhood memories.
That's Guns N' Roses. Mm-hmm. Sweet Child of Mine.
Very good. See, you can do this. See, some people call me the Space Cowboy. Some people call me the Gangster of Love.
And some people call me Maurice. This is oh, geez. I know the song, and I'm blanking on the title. This is oh my God, Chris, I can't think of the friggin' title of this. Some people call me Space. Is it the Steve Miller Band?
It is the Steve Miller Band.
It's the Gangster. I can't think of it. I'm sorry, I don't know.
It's the Joker.
Oh, the Joker.
Yes.
Right.
At first I was afraid. I was petrified.
That's Gloria Gaynor. I Will Survive.
Very good. See, you can do this. How about this one? You put the boom boom into my heart.
Yeah. That's Wham. Is that Wake Me Up Before You Go Go?
It is Wake Me Up Before You Go Go. Very good.
I don't know the titles. It's like I know the song.
I know, yeah.
I have to sing it really fast. Okay.
These are easy. These are easy, right? We can dance if we want to. We can leave our friends behind.
Yeah, this is what you get when you search for our podcast in Google, and it says, "Did you really mean Pop Goes the World by Men Without Hats?" But this wasn't Pop Goes the World. This was sorry. Can you read me the lyric again?
We can dance if we want to. We can leave our friends behind.
No friend of mine. Yeah, is it? No, this was. Yeah, is this Pop Goes the World?
No, it's not. It's Safety Dance.
Safety Dance. I knew it was Men Without Hats. So I'm like, I have 50-50.
It is. It came up before that. All right, here's an easy one. I get knocked down, but I get up again.
That's Chumbawamba, Tub Thumping.
Very good. See, you can do this song.
I love that song.
All right, been working so hard, I'm punching my card.
Is that Footloose, Kenny Loggins?
It is. See, it's easy, right? There must be some kind of way out of here, said the Joker to the thief.
Is that All Along the Watchtower?
See, you can do this. It's so easy. And the last one, this is an easy one too. I love this song. A man walks down the street. He says, "Why am I soft in the middle now?"
That's I know this. This is Paul Simon. Is this Graceland?
No, close. It's from the album Graceland, but it's You Can Call Me Al.
Call Me Al.
Yes.
That is a great video with Chevy Chase.
Oh, it's one of the greatest music videos of all time.
Chris, I got one for you.
Yeah.
We used to have a board game
where
this was one of the categories, and I remember to this day I remember one that I got wrong.
Okay.
That it was largely due, just like you said, when you hear the lyrics spoken, you don't necessarily think of the music. So I remember my friend, he read me the clue.
Okay.
And I'm like, I have no idea. And then he sang me the clue, and
you got it right away. Yeah.
Okay. So the lyric is, I've got chills. They're multiplying.
Oh, it's Summer Nights.
It's something from Greece. I don't know what the song is, but
yep.
But yeah, and then so I'm like I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I've got chills. They're multiplying, and I'm like, I don't know. It sounds science fiction.
Is it like
something.
thriller?
And yeah. And he starts singing it, and I'm like, oh my God, how did I miss that? And he thought that was the most, because he's like, after he said, he goes, I deliberately read it that way so that you wouldn't get it. I'm like, well, that was smart of you because I didn't get it. But
oh, you did pretty good. I mean, you got a couple wrong. You got about 4 wrong, but I mean, hey, you did really well. I mean, and again, it's a lot harder, and a lot of times, even the ones that you got wrong, you had the right artist. You just got the wrong
or I
song.
knew the lyric and I like the Joker. I'm like, couldn't come up with it fast enough.
I tried to go easy on you and give you all the easy ones. So
well, I appreciate that.
Thanks for listening to Pop Goes Your World. You can contact Chris and Derek at popgoesyourworld.com. Please take a minute and review the podcast on iTunes or wherever you download and listen to the show.